Hello, welcome to the Judge Geek Show. So, Black Panther, apparently it's 5th week in a row and it's still #1 and it's making a ridiculous amount of money. I feel at this point, most to nearly everyone I feel in the world has seen this movie. So, I thought at this point I felt I could talk about something that I've been kind of wanting to talk about this movie. I did mention in the review, but I kind of wanted to kind of more, I guess, talk about actually specifically and a video on its own, really. And I just want to quickly say, you know, I loved Black Panther. I loved everything about Black Panther. As this video is kind of suggesting, there's literally really only one problem I had with the movie. But as I says, you know, everything else was, you know, really superb, really, with this movie. But there's one thing that really quite nicked me off a little bit, and it's been something that's kind of happening with previous Marvel movies of late. And the problem I found with Black Panther was killing off Andy Serkis's character of Ulysses Claw. Now, I understand for plot reasons why they killed him off, you know, because obviously that's how Killmonger obviously got into Wakanda. You know, showing the dead body of one of the biggest criminals of Wakanda is obviously a big deal. But that's the problem. I'm kind of feeling like he was just used for plot reasons, which might sound kind of weird saying that, because I don't think, like, this is the problem I'm having with Marvel in general, with a lot of their villains. I think a lot of people feel that the problem with Marvel is their is lack of good villains. I disagree. I think Marvel has great villains. The problem is they don't seem to be keeping them. They keep kind of killing them off, and that's kind of nicking me off a little bit. And it's just like I get, this is what I'm trying to say. I get that, you know, okay, like part of plot and all that, but this is the problem with the villains though, is they keep using the villains just for the sake of plot. They're not using the villains for the sake of characters. Really, I feel like they're just there for the sake of just furthering on the plot, and it should be a little bit more than just that. I've always kind of felt, especially when you have a character of Ulysses Claw, who's a little bit, to me, such a rare entity in the Marvel movies, where, you know, if we didn't have someone so good as Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger, we could have been close to seeing a supporting villain overlapping the main villain, because every scene, every second Andy Serkis is on screen in Black Panther is just gold to me. It's just everything that he does. He really seems to kind of have fun with the role. He seems to really kind of go with the role. Apparently him and Ryan Coogler were very good together, where he gave out some ideas of what he would like to kind of maybe do. And I like that, you know, we really should go into how great Ulysses Claw as a villain is, because it kind of showed how much he made an impact of the fact that he was just a supporting villain, but yet he seemed to really did make an impact, because he is quite intense, he's quite scary. I love the scene, like, a lot of people think it was played out for laughs. I don't think it was at all, but the scene where he's singing a song and all that, and it's like, yeah, you can see that as funny, but to me, I'm kind of looking at it as more like, no, he's being quite scary right now. You know, even in that scene, that interrogation scene, which is a great scene between him and Martin Freeman, there's just a moment where he just suddenly jumps to Martin Freeman's character of Ross, and you get a little bit kind of like, oh, this guy's really quite unhinged. And the reason why I quite like that is because you've got characters like Killmonger, where he's got like reasons of why he's a bit unhinged, but then you've got characters like Ulysses Claw, where you get the impression he's just unhinged since he was born, really, and there's no reason behind it. He probably had great parents, he probably had great friends, and was probably living in a great neighbourhood, whatever. But yet he's just there's some, you know, there's some people in the world, you know, they can have the greatest, you know, bringing up into the world, but yet there's just a part in their brain where they're just absolutely unhinged, and I quite like that about Claw. I like that whole idea of him. That's what I always got. That's what I got from him, and even from Age of Ultron, I kind of got that impression from him. And yeah, that's just like, I've just been kind of like I've been really want to think about it. I'd like to know what people out there kind of think if they kind of feel this kind of way, because like for me, like I think what also kind of is hard as well is the fact that Andy Serkis is quite likable as well, and you know when you see him in interviews and all that, you really like the guy, and seeing him actually seeing him as well actually is another thing, and seeing how great of an actor he is. Not just, you know, behind the heavy levels of CGI, you know, you really see how great of I don't want to say method, but well, I guess you could, but it's just how the variety is that what he does in the movie with this character. You know, as I said, it's Bright as a supporting villain, but he does so much with the role, and I really do like it. And as I was kind of like thinking, like, you know, I was thinking they were going to do more with this character, you know, and you know, because I like the idea of like the Thunderbolts, maybe, like, you know, that doing a villain team and all that, and you know, because the thing about the character of him is he's not like a main, you know, role, and I think that's why I worked in Black Panther, being that supporting kind of character, because I think if you get too much, maybe it's not as good, but having those small moments is great, you know, so yeah, you know, because I thought like, oh, that would be good, and as I say, it's like, you know, this is the problem I've been having, you know, same thing with Crossbones, you know, they had him in one movie, you know, they teased of like, oh, the, you know, with Claw, for example, they teased that you know, chopped his arm off in Age of Ultron. For Black Panther, he has the arm. Crossbones was the same thing, that, you know, they teased, you know, his burnt face and all that in Winter Soldier, and then Civil War you see him in the armoured suit. And then both scenarios, they kill him off, and I'm like, oh, you know, I just didn't really, I'm not liking it right now. I'm not liking like what they're doing with a lot of the villains. Even though there is apparently, you know, there's a theory out there that Thanos resurrects a lot of the villains. That would make sense a little bit to me, you know, because he's got the time and reality stone. Maybe if he puts them together, that's a sort of beautiful magic he could do. I'd be quite into that, if I'm honest, because who cares if people think that sounds weird, because it's comics, it's based off comics. The amount, I think nearly every character in comics have died and they've been resurrected, so I don't think it really matters, you know. But yeah, I've been wanting to do this kind of video. I want to talk. I'd just like to know what you guys think. Did you like that they killed them off? Do you hope that they bring them back? I hope they do something. I remember some of my mates were kind of saying that it could have just not been actually Claw they killed off, because it could have been just Claw maybe knew that was going to happen, so he used one of that technology that Black Widow had in the Winter Soldier. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he did look like kind of like, you know, that tricky, mischievous kind of character, to be fair, so I wouldn't be kind of shocked there. But yeah, I would like to know what you guys think. Do you like that he's dead? Do you want more of him? Do you want him to come back? Oh god, I do so much. So I'd like to know what you guys think. Comment down below. More videos in the future, so until then, see you later.